Hello and bienvenue. I am Joker, the Full Metal Joker. Now, before I get started with the topic at hand, I have to let you know two things. One, if you do not like what has to be said, please remove yourself from this video. Two, everything I have to say is mostly opinion based with a lining of truth, but if you feel like I'm wrong in certain areas or I need more information in others, please feel free to contact me. You should already know how to do this by now. With that being said, at the making of this recording, it's Thanksgiving, I do believe. So, before I start talking about what I have to talk about, I want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, and I hope everyone was able to spend a wonderful time with their families and or loved ones. I know right now times is hard for a lot of people, so I want to be one of the first to say, if you're having a good Thanksgiving, I'm happy for you, and I hope that the rest of your holiday goes as well as this Thanksgiving is going for you. For those that are going through a rough time, you have my condolences, and I really hope that something good happens for you during this holiday season. Now, with that being said, the topic that I want to cover is something that I found really funny. Apparently, Kathleen Kennedy made some outrageous excuse for why the current Star Wars movies are not going that well. Her excuse was not we had trouble getting decent cast members. It wasn't that we're having some trouble with this, that, and the other thing. No. Her excuse was there's no source material for the Star Wars franchise. Now, I'm going to say this again. For those that are just as shocked or as laughing as hard as I am on the inside, Kathleen Kennedy said, and I quote, "There's no source material or comic books for the Star Wars franchise." Yes, you heard right. Let's ignore the fact that there's over 402 books out there. Let's also ignore the fact that there's 150 Star Wars games out there, counting the old and new. Let's ignore the fact that there are forum posts out there, if you know where to look, where people go into mind-numbing detail about what is the Force, what are these races, what are these weapons, how does the lightsaber work, how does this work, how do the spaceships use their warp drives. And let's not forget the notes that George Lucas wrote down when he made the original films. Let's ignore all that and go, we have no source material. No, that's not how any of this works. Just own up and say, well, I didn't read the source material. I didn't know what I was doing. Just own up to the fact that you didn't know what you was doing when you started off with making The Last Jedi and then whatever the last one was. Just, it makes no sense whatsoever. And one of the reasons why I want to talk about this, because it seems to be happening over and over again, where some big company picks up a franchise, does not look at the source material, and then goes off in their own direction, butchers it, and then gets upset when the fan base gets mad at you. And in this day and age, if you don't like a specific franchise because either some producer or some film company butchers it to all hell, they pull the, well, you just don't understand our vision, or you're just a racist, sexist homophobe that does not understand art and culture. No! These people are upset with what you're butchering is because, especially when it comes to Star Wars, these people's childhood. They grew up watching this. They enjoyed the films. Heck, I enjoyed the original films, and some of the prequels were interesting too. But these individuals grew up with this. They watched these movies. They lived these movies. So much so that they cosplay as these specific characters. They buy these novels. They buy stuff so they can roleplay as these characters in games and whatnot. But you're going to ignore all that to make your own mental image, your own expression of the universe, when everything is set in stone by either George Lucas, by all these people that wrote novels, by the fan base that went and explained everything, like I said, the mind-numbing detail, and you just shit all over the fan base. It makes no sense. And like I said, this isn't just my thoughts on the whole Star Wars thing. That just brought everything to a head with that whole BS line. But it's been happening to quite a few fandoms. Like, people sit here and enjoy a specific topic. They enjoy a specific franchise because of the history and lore. And then someone comes in and just screws it up because they have this vision while ignoring the history, the lore that was set in place before you even thought of developing it. So, what I'm going to say right now to you, if by some odd chance you're listening to this, Miss Kathleen, what you can do, it's not too late to scrap everything. Pick up some of these books. Go to some of these forums. Look at a few of the Star Wars games. Learn the lore. Learn the history. And then start over. It's never too late to start over. And with that being said, if you enjoy the content that I produce, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support this channel even further, feel free to check out my Patreon and PayPal me. However you choose to support this channel is greatly appreciated. Thank you, and good luck.